When my uncle was president, gas station heroin, child mutilation, organ harvesting of living people.
Are you aware that one of the people you put on the panel, Dr. Robert Malone, claimed that the commonly used mRNA vaccine, quote, causes a form of AIDS? You wrote that, quote, African AIDS is entirely different from Western AIDS. Mr. Secretary, in June, you fired every member.
But you should know that's your piss cup.
Mr. Secretary, may I have my time back, Mr. Chairman?
You tell the head of the CDC that if she refused to sign off on your changes to the childhood vaccine schedule, that she had to resign.
No, I told her that she had to resign because I asked her, are you a trustworthy person? And she said no. So
Are you telling us that the former head of CDC went to you, you asked her, are you a trustworthy person? And she said, no, I am not a trustworthy person?
She didn't say, no, I'm not a trustworthy person. She said, no.
Did you hold up a big sign saying that you were lying?
Today's children have to get between 69 and 92 vaccines in order to be fully compliant. Between maternity and 18 years, Black boys who got the vaccine on time had a 260% greater chance of getting an autism diagnosis than children who waited.
Are you aware that another one of these new members, Dr. Levy, wrote that, quote, mRNA vaccines cause serious harm, including death?
I wasn't aware he said it, but I think I agree with it.
You said you agreed with Dr. Levy's statement that the mRNA vaccine causes serious harm, including death, particularly in young people. Did you agree with that comment or not?
I think that's true, yes.
Okay.
Do you still believe that the COVID vaccine was, quote, the deadliest vaccine ever made?
Oh, I said that a while ago.
You got a few doctors who agree with you. I have given you the names of organizations representing hundreds of thousands of doctors telling us that COVID vaccine and vaccines in general are safe and effective.
No, hepatitis B vaccine, it makes no sense to me, but we do a hepatitis test on every mom. By the time she delivers that baby, I know her pretty well. If she's in a stable monogamous relationship, nobody at home has hepatitis. I don't know, I don't see the benefit myself in that hepatitis vaccine.
Would you accept the fact that 1 million Americans died from COVID?
I don't know how many died.
You're the Secretary of Health and Human Services. You don't have any idea how many Americans died from COVID?
I don't think anybody knows that.
Last year, you tweeted that President Trump has a weakness for swamp creatures.
I spoke with Dr. Oz last night.
Warp speed was a miracle, what President Trump and his team did, and it saved millions of lives most likely, but it's also true that it probably killed some people. The situation today is so different when this monster virus was made in a laboratory in Wuhan, China, and none of us had ever seen this virus, and we had no immunity to it. Today, every American's had COVID a dozen times probably.
This is the Secretary of Health and Human Services. Do you think the vaccine did anything to prevent additional deaths?
Again, I would like to see the data and talk about the data.
You have had this job for 8 months, and you don't know the data about whether the vaccine saved lives?
That's the problem.
How can you be that ignorant?
Saying I'm anti-vaccine is like saying I'm anti-medicine.
You engaged in multiple lawsuits attempting to restrict access to the COVID vaccine. Pharmacists are requiring a prescription now even for patients over 65, creating a huge headache. I would say effectively we're denying people vaccine.
You know, we now have 1 out of every 5 kids on these drugs and the antidepressants. Are we actually preventing suicide, or are we creating more suicide? And that's something that we don't know the answer to.
Did you say that the CDC was, quote, the most corrupt federal agency in the history of the world?
I did say it's the most corrupt agency in HHS, and maybe the government.
So I think that you ought to resign. And if you don't resign, the President of the United States should fire you. Thank you so much.
If you just want to turn everything into a soundbite, so Americans have lost faith in CDC, and we need to restore that faith, and we're going to do that through propaganda. We are doing our part to fulfill the president's commitment to human trafficking, especially of children. I promise you that we will do more in the next 3 years.